So let me just close those blinds a little bit in the back there. My apologies. I'll be right back. There we go. Just a little better. All right, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. And I'm going to go ahead and be talking for probably about an hour today. And you're more than welcome to stay on in. I'm going to kind of give it a little bit of, let me just keep listening in. I'm going to give it a little bit of context to what we're going to talk about today. So first, I want to talk about your thoughts and your thoughts and how powerful and how important they are. How we're not in line with our thoughts and how we can possibly stay in line with our thoughts. So that's going to be kind of the first part of it. I'm going to be talking about our thoughts and the consistency of thoughts. And then after that, we're going to talk about fitness and your fitness plan and your workout goals. So if you want to stay in and watch this, if you're watching this later and you want to stay in and listen to those two topics, first, again, I'll be talking about thoughts and the power of your thoughts. And then the second part, we'll be talking about fitness and your physical fitness plan and what type of things you're doing. I'll tell you about a little bit more about mine. Now I'm going towards my 50s and coming around the corner to my 50s and me looking pretty decent. I think I am fairly, coherent. Things are slowing down. My speech is slowing down. My reaction time is slowing down. My thought process to my thought to my mouth to my things are that is slowing down from where I used to be, where I was a little bit more boom, 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 and go, go, go. Now I'm kind of like life is slowing down a little bit more. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about myself, but about fitness plan and your fitness goals. At any given moment, you can chime on in and comment. And don't forget that after this live is posted and you watch the live later, you can comment on the live and I will see your post or I will see your comment and I'll be happy to respond. So feel free at any time, whether during the live or after the live, comment. Feel free to comment on a certain specific area. And as I get better with these lives, guys, I won't have like a foot. I had my foot in the other live. But as I get better with these lives, I'll be more consistent where it's I'll give you the commentary, the first part, first couple minutes of what we're going to be talking about for the full hour. And then after that, don't forget, you can go ahead and comment in down below and or after the live. All right, so feel free to ask at any time, but the basic two topics I'm going to talk about is your thoughts and the power of your thoughts. And the second is going to be your physical fitness plan and your workouts. And why those two things? Because I know just a little bit about those two things. And we'll go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and put in my other earbud here so I'm more zoned in on focused with you guys. Let me see if I can give me just a sec. My apologies. Here I am. See if I can reconnect. Okay, hope I didn't lose you guys. Good. I didn't. Awesome. All right. So guys, hey, what's going on? Peace, love. That's a beautiful name. What a beautiful name. It's funny, I want to tell you about a name. Hey, Retro TD. Actually, let me just, before we go, peace, love. It's just maybe just your name for the channel. But how important it is that you name things that are important to you, right? Let's say, for example, our very own names, right? We name our children. This is a weird thing. I went to China. I talked about this on another video before, but I went to China. I lived there for 9 months. I stayed with the Buddhist monks as for a short amount of time. And then I actually went to 2 different locations. I went to speak to a medicine doctor, and it's my real name under my ID. Oh, awesome! That's awesome. Jeez, how beautiful! Even more beautiful and meaningful. So I stayed there for 9 months, and in the short amount of time that I was there, I traveled mostly in Guangzhou, China, and Guangzhou province. Zante, what's going on? Hello, thank you for coming in, guys. And I went to go speak to a medicine doctor, and he was a full-fledged doctor, had his clinic and everything. And we went there, and at the time I was married, and me and my wife had went there, and she went there for one particular reason. Had to do some back pain, and then also he went to go talk to me. He asked me if I wanted to do some work with him, and I said, actually no, but if you want, you can actually just tell me without touching me what type of things that you can possibly give me some advice on about my health. It was basically just about health. It was health oriented. And one of the things he mentioned was a name. He said, your name. You have to change your name. And I said, why is that? And I won't give my full name, but my name pertains to a very challenging road, a very challenging life road. Let's just say that that's what my name pertains to, a very challenging life road. And it was funny. He said that, and that was it. He was he spoke only what needed to be spoken. He was a man of very few words. And when he said that, and that was all he had to say, and I knew. My name has everything to do with the challenges of my life. And that really shocked me. So your name is really important. And then he went on to say in many different words, but he said, your name is a representation to where your life will be played out. And your life is being played out. And then he mentioned my name. And I said, yes, it is. And he goes, and that is why you must change your name. And then I said, oh, okay. Well, I haven't changed my name, although many of you and many people in life, and I would say 90% of the population that I've ever met in my entire life knows me by one name, but it's not my real name. And so, yeah, we'll leave it at that. It's important. Make sure you name your kids beautiful things like peace, love. Make sure you call people that you care about by beautiful words and beautiful phrases and nicknames and whatnot. So let's start off with the topic, the two topics I want to talk about today mainly, and you guys can ask any questions at any time as you come in during the live and or after you watch the live. You're more than welcome to comment, and I will respond even after that. So your thoughts, and then we'll follow into physical fitness plan or your workouts. Your thoughts. I want to lead off with this. Consistent, positive, perpetual thoughts will produce immaculate results in your life. Consistently. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Retro TD. English, but feel free to freely speak however and be who you are and speak how you want to be. Thank you. Now, let's start off with that phrase. And I came up with that just by hearing other things and so on and so forth. But consistent. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Consistent, positive, perpetual thoughts will produce immaculate results. Now, consistency. We already know consistency. Consistency is doing something all the time, every time, possibly on a schedule, being consistent with one thing, maybe your study program, your workout program, your wake up program, your evening program. How are you programming yourself? Program. So what is your program? Let me give you a quick example of the mentality or the ideology of a program. So, in from my point of view, you can go about life without any particular plans or any beliefs or any goal in life of what you're trying to reach, and just go to that job or just get up and just go to that class and just live your life and say hello, family, friends, grab something to eat out of the fridge and just go about your day and just live. You really don't have any major like program for your life. What is the particular program, the morning program? What's your daily program? What's your evening program? And for people like these, um, society, social media, and government systems will create a program for you, and you will be enslaved into that program. When you create programs for yourself, you take more of a control for yourself in your life. You program your morning. I'm going to get up. This is my early morning snack to fuel my workout. I'm going to do my workout. I'm going to tell myself, like I do every time after my workout, it was a good workout. I feel good. My legs feel great. Maybe my chest feels good. My cardio feels good today. It was a good workout today. Just your routine, your program. How you programmed your morning. Okay, I wake up. My food. Oh, I got the bananas ready for that. You're programming you. You're programming your fuel. You're programming yourself. And then you program your morning, your workout. You're programming your thoughts. You're programming your actions throughout the day. Hitting work today. After work, I got to stop by the groceries. I'm going to do this. Got to call, what's his name? Say hello, happy birthday to him. And maybe see how that my coworker's doing, that new coworker, talk to them, chop it up, get to know them better. Programming yourself, your day. And if you don't have this program, if you're going about your day and you just don't care, well, the system is there to help you. Your alarm is going to go off. Someone's going to call you. Your stomach is going to say, hey, feed me. And you're going to be programmed to your stomach because you're not programmed to your motivation, your self-desires, or your true essence of you. So you're just programmed off the feelings, making decisions off your emotions and your feelings, making decisions off of maybe a deadline or an appointment. You're not programmed to you. So consistency in your program of what you need to do, consistency. And consistency also falls into, I would say, discipline. Consistency and discipline work well together. I think they actually fuel each other. And so without consistency, you don't have discipline. And without discipline, you don't have consistency. They intertwine to make to create the perfection of your path. So now let's move on. Consistent, positive, perpetual. Positively perpetual thoughts. Positive. Obviously, we always want to have positive thoughts. But if you perpetuate them to the core of you, depths of you, into your mind, not just on the face surface from thought to mouth and thought to mouth, but deep into your chest, breathe those positive perpetual thoughts into your life where you actually see it. You look to the side and you see your child that you love so much, and they're running to you and they're screaming your name and daddy or mommy, and you're hugging them, and those beautiful perpetual constant thoughts of evolving love, continuous love, maybe evolving success and continuous success, or continuous great feelings of your workouts, or maybe whatever makes you happy. Just being apart with your partner, just being in tune and in love with them. positive, perpetual thoughts. Now, positive and perpetual of actually the actions, the actual thoughts, and the actual feelings, emotions, all the things that come along with it. Positive, perpetual, and your thoughts. Let's take the thoughts out of there for a second and take a close look at them. Your thoughts are absolutely vital for the existence of your reality. Protect them with your life, because your thoughts, there is a huge battle. There's a huge battle between good and evil on earth. And your thoughts are the fight is over your thoughts. The struggle is over your thoughts, because the power is in your thoughts. You harness the power, and you have the battle of good and evil on earth that wants to win over the thoughts of your mind. For example, if you don't program your thoughts in the day, consistency with discipline, and perpetually, day after day after day, if you don't program your thoughts to wake up to your routine, program your day, program your evening. And how do we do that? We don't just pull them out of thin air. We create them in our thoughts. And positive, perpetual creation of your program is leading you to the path, is carving your path away. Is carving your path to a greater life, to a greater version of you. And sometimes it feels as though it's just a dig in the dirt every day, grind every day, and just moving. But if you're moving forward with the knowledge and know-how deep in your heart, and you're feeling it, with discipline to those thoughts, consistency with those thoughts, perpetually, day after day, after week with those thoughts, moving with the knowledge and the love that you are going towards those things that you want so greatly in life, you will achieve them. You will find them. You will grasp them. They will be in your hands. And I want to go more importantly in how thoughts are so important. See, the battle of good and evil on earth is for your thoughts. It's why they try to create inconsistency with that beautiful flow that you have of your thoughts in your mind. The consistency, now not to knock holidays or knock any special events, but I think in many countries here in the United States, sometimes the heightenedness of holidays can create an imbalance in your beautiful rhythm and flow, right? The heightens of Christmas, the heighten of a birthday, or heighten of this, or heighten of that. And if you're flowing so beautifully on your vibrational field, and then you're just thrown off, oh my gosh. I was just looking this morning, we're looking at it, we're listening to some music, and then a commercial comes on, and it was a commercial of Las Vegas, and you look over at the Las Vegas, and the music was so calming. We listened to beautiful, breakfast, happy, positive music in the morning when we eat breakfast, or dinner at nighttime. We listen to beautiful piano tones. So we always listen to some beautiful frequency, morning or night. Happier in the morning, more calming at night. And we're very methodical about it. Like, we need to find this type of tone for this type of moment, because I want to be in control of my energy and flow. And that's just the way I am. That's the way I've been even before my girlfriend, and my girlfriend feels that same way too. And that's probably why we vibe so well together, so deeply together in certain areas of our life. So we're listening to this morning happy breakfast music, and on comes a Las Vegas commercial. And of course, the advertising, they need to turn up the volume on the advertising commercial. And Las Vegas, and it's like this drum roll and this excitement, and it's just leading up to suspense. And you see the faces, the bright faces on the commercial, just shouting. The eyeballs are big, the mouths are screaming, people are laughing. There's lights and there's sparks, and it's this inconsistency of this beautiful natural energy that is part of you and creates who you are. I mean, you're just perfect. You are beautiful energy. Believe it or not, no matter how you are, man or woman, no matter the religion, no matter who we are, no matter how we look, big bearded beards with tattoos, or small little lady, in a dress, however we are perfect and beautiful. Hey, hi, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. And your energy is so precious and so beautiful and flowing as it should be, and it can easily be heightened to the highest most. And that's with those commercials, advertising commercials of Las Vegas, come to Tahoe, vacation commercials. I mean, we see it all, right? Come to Florida, and then you have this Christmas, and then dance party, and then a club, and you have all these different type of commercial and advertisements, and they're trying to throw you off. Now that's social media. Then you have kind of larger entities from the government or advertising agencies, social media, that can throw you off with holidays, certain events in your city, in your local market. And they kind of just want to take you up and down and take you off your natural rhythm and your flow of who you are, with this excitement into this event or this time, this holiday. Again, not to knock holidays, that's great. But you are perfectly created. And your thoughts have the power to carve your path into your existence. And if they're consistent and disciplined, if you're disciplined and perpetual consistency of your thoughts in that flow that you want to go is thrown off by holidays, maybe government events, or social media, it's hard for you to be consistent and disciplined in your positive perpetual path for your life, because you're constantly being pulled left to right, right to left. It's not that it's so much hard. You probably don't feel as though you're being controlled many times. You probably don't feel that way, and many people don't. I don't feel that way many times. But when you take a deep and closer look at things, there's a huge struggle for your attention. I think Gary Vaynerchuk said it very, very well. That there is billions, if not trillions of dollars to capture your attention. And your attention, and once attention is caught, the thoughts, you can be fed inconsistent thoughts. And that's where your power comes in. You don't need to be caught. Your attention needs to stay upon you. You can be aware of what's over there. You can be aware that this needs to be done, or aware that this exists, but your thoughts are for you. So I'm sorry, I just got a message that came in. Staying disciplined and consistent with positive perpetual thoughts will create immaculate results for your life. Now, let's start off with the end part of that, the creation of immaculate results. And only in thought and the consistency of your thoughts can create immaculate, magical, beautiful thoughts for your life. Let's say have you ever, and comment down below if you have you ever just thought of something and you thought of it over and over and over again and it just happened and you're like, dang, I didn't want that to happen, or oh man, I didn't realize that was going to happen, and you were excited about it, whether you didn't want it to happen or you did. So if you didn't want it to happen, did you come to the reality that maybe your thoughts created that? Has that ever happened to you? And I got to tell you, I am a firm believer, like I got to see it to believe it. Like, no way. I'm not going to I just have to see it to believe it. Let me have this real quick. And I never believed that phrase. I never thought of that. But when I finally came to the reality, when I finally came to the reality, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna believe all that. I can't believe that garbage. No, that's not true. When I finally came to the reality that, wait a minute, this is real, and I have to stop knocking it. Like, yo, this is real, and I really like woke up to this. The power of my thought actually being real was when this happened to me. Throughout my divorce, I was losing so much money. I was losing property. I was losing assets. I was losing my home. I was constantly with the threat of being the loss of my daughter. I was losing so much. And through every time that something went bad, there was always that F-bomb. Like, oh, F, F. I'm not going to use the F-bomb here, but it was like, F-bomb, F-bomb. Dang it, like, oh, I can't believe this happening to me. And I was consistently negative about my thoughts. And I was just like, oh my God. And I would always end up saying or thinking, just a side piece of my thought was, I wish I'd rather die than go through this. I'd just rather die than go through this. I can't believe this. Like, who can survive this? This is like, oh man, I'd rather be dead. I was consistent, perpetuating my thoughts of death rather than going through the most difficult, challenging part of my life. That the universe gifted me that death, and it happened. It was a gift from the universe. And at first I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, like I ain't gonna believe all this garbage. I'm not gonna believe all this hoopla. But it's true. The universe wants you to have what you want to have. You will be gifted what you put your thoughts and your focus on, what you put your energy into. And my energy was so in line with those deep, negative, God forbidden, like deathly filling thoughts, that speaking it, feeling it, and acting like, oh man, I'd just rather be dead. The universe gifted me that. And I died. And only after I woke up in the hospital bed did I actually tell myself, whoa. I remember saying that to myself maybe about two times that morning. And by that afternoon, it happened. And then the next day I woke up into the hospital, or that evening, that next day, woke up in the hospital. And I said, what? Are you kidding me? This just happened? The exact same thing I said, I'd rather have this. I want this. I felt it. I spoke it. And I envisioned it. And it happened. The universe gave me exactly what I asked for. And I said, man. And for me, I don't believe in any of this like garbage or hoopla. But at that point, I turned my life and I said, no, if you really did this for me in this way, you can do this for me in another way. If I really felt it, saw it, and spoke it, and you gave it to me, then if I deeply feel it, see it, and speak it this way, I believe you will give it to me. And with a firm belief and with deep belief, with positive and consistent discipline, perpetual, loving, and beautiful thoughts in your life, you will receive what you ask for. The universe will always give you what you ask for. So be careful what you ask for. Be careful of your thoughts. Guard them with your life. There is a struggle on earth between good and evil for the beautiful thoughts in your mind. And your thoughts are so precious and beautiful. And use them to create and carve out the consistency and towards your path and towards your life. Your thoughts are so amazingly beautiful and powerful. And guard them with your life, guard them with your heart. Be careful with your thoughts. Create and train and tame your thoughts. Understand how to use your beautiful thoughts in your anger for a positive outcome. Use your thoughts in beautiful and loving ways for a beautiful outcome. Use your thoughts to create and carve out the consistency and the discipline towards a beautiful path in your life. Your thoughts are so powerful and beautiful. Cherish them like gems, like gold. It's yours. It's who you are. Thoughts are so beautiful. I want to leave with that, and that is the end of consistency of positive, perpetual thoughts will create immaculate results. And I want to end right there with our thoughts. Let's move on to our fitness and our workout program. I want to talk this in the next half hour, 25 minutes or so, about our fitness and a workout program. Now, I began this live video, talking about a consistency, right? The consistency of your positive, perpetual thoughts create immaculate results. Consistency and discipline was your program, and the program of your thoughts, and how the two intertwine together to create a program, the program of your life. And then the creation of that program is the thoughts, and what thoughts create that program for your life. You're programming your morning, you're programming your evening, you're programming your day, you're programming your relationships, you're programming the creation of your life. And in your program, if you talk to someone that has maybe been in the legal system or in prison or in jail, a prisoner will say, what's your program? Get on your program. And you'll hear that phrase being thrown out by a prisoner, what's your program? So and what they mean by that is, what's your morning program, like your breakfast, your workout, your this and this and that. And it typically means your workouts, because their workouts are everything to them. And that's one thing that we lost here in society, is our workout program. Your workout program is very much connected to the program and discipline of your thoughts that create your beautiful life. Be consistent with your workout program. Be disciplined with your workout program. And create a workout program for you. And if you don't know what to do or how to do or when to do, make a time that you know is best for you, and be disciplined and consistent with that time for your workout program. Your physical fitness will create longevity in your life. And now we have science to back it up. The study that came out of Harvard University just the beginning of this year, 2024, there was probably information coming out 2023, but it was more perpetuated on social media in 2024. Harvard did a study. It was over a 20-year study, and they showed a different age range with over 100 different people, with people that were non-physical activity, and 100 people that were 100 people that were non-physical activity, 100 people that did have physical activity, and they realized that 1 hour. It was 1 hour of physical activity, exercise, cardio, and resistance training was going to give you 3 hours, added on 3 hours of your life. So 1 hour of physical activity was adding on 3 hours of your life. And this study was done by Harvard University, and they did a study on that for 3 years. Now, I want to move on. So there's that study, and you can go Google it if you don't believe me. You can also look at the study done on PubMed.com, and I'm going off of my thoughts right now from what I was reading. PubMed.com, and I don't know the year on this study, but it was not too long ago, maybe just the past couple of years ago. But PubMed.com stated that there was a large population of men and even women, but largely population of men with atrophying muscle at early ages and early stages, that were creating diseases in their body over time, in the higher age groups. And with the loss of muscle mass, where was this being created? So they looked back in the history of kind of linking everything that was to these people that had atrophying muscle, and muscle mass loss and diseases caused by muscle atrophy. And they noticed there was a consistency. Well, one, they got the numbers wrong. And one thing I don't hear on any of these YouTube fitness channels anywhere is that the 1 pound or 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is wrong. It's off, not by a lot, but it's off by a little bit. But that little bit, consistency, my apologies. Consistently over time, that little less and less over time created muscle mass loss in a generation of those that believe that the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight fit for their active lifestyle. And over a long period of time, we were under nurturing our muscle. And so over that longevity, we created a generation of muscle mass loss. And a lot of YouTube fitness channels are not talking about this anywhere. And the facts and the science are there on PubMed.com, based out of the study through Harvard University for diet and exercise. And I just don't understand why anyone is not talking about this. This is absolutely vital. But one of the things that might be causing also all these fitness YouTube bodybuilding or influencers that are coming up with larger muscles and wonderful videos, and they're creating a whole lifestyle behind fitness, which is great. I love the fact that all these young guys and young men and young women are creating a whole lifestyle around that. That's wonderful. It's actually good. It leads the kids to a more positive thing. But they're not talking about this, because they're all supplementing. You have a bunch of supplement boys online that are flexing their muscles, and it's all about the glitz and glamour and muscle. And over time, you see them, you give them a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years into the industry, and they're completely atrophied, skin and bones, or bellied up, and they're atrophied so much, they have more muscle mass loss than they did when they started their cycle of whatever type of supplements that they starting on. And why is that so? Because they were consistently feeding less and less protein intake over time. We should not be atrophying less than what we started from, even if we are chemically supplementing our muscles. And so by looking at this study, there's something that's there's consistent. So the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight was 100% wrong. Nobody on YouTube and nobody on the internet is talking about this. The science and the studies are there to prove this on PubMed.com and Harvard. And it was actually for the sedentary lifestyle, it was 1 gram of protein. It was 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight to maintain 1.2. You think that 0.2 is not a big difference and could be made up with inconsistent dieting, but it's not. Consistent and disciplined, little less and less over time will create muscle mass loss. And what happens when the body has less muscle mass? More fats and glucose can come in where there is beds and beds of disorders and illnesses and so on and so forth. So the active lifestyle was at 1.4 grams of protein per pound of body weight. 1.2 for the sedentary, 1.4 for the active, and 1.6 for the athlete. And in some very rare cases, they said you can go above the 1.6. That's a large amount over a consistent period of time, day after day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. And by doing this small little micro amounts, less and less and less over year, we had a generation with atrophying and all of the diseases that are now in the now of 2024 that have created in the past 4 years from 2020 to 2024 are directly related to muscle mass loss. Directly related to muscle mass loss. Look at the top 5 diseases right now. And the dementia is a huge one growing right now. It's attack of the brain. Because the only muscle mass, body muscle mass can actually stop and slow down that process. But it's so you now have less muscle mass, more diseases, and nobody's talking about this. They're actually, I believe they're suppressing that type of information online. It's not being spoken about. But, you know, that's the world we live in. So going back to your physical fitness program, let's go ahead and finish up with that. If you want to comment down below, you're more than welcome to. If you want to comment later about your physical fitness program, what you do, you can, and I will comment and I will respond later after the live is posted. So my physical fitness program was consistent when I was, actually, no, I want to backtrack. My physical fitness program when I was wrestling, playing football, baseball, soccer, and swimming. When I did all of my sports, and I was consistent about all my sports, and my 2 main ones were baseball and wrestling. But all my sports I played throughout my life, I had no physical fitness program whatsoever. I went off just my natural strength. And I still feel like I ruined it for myself. I probably could have had so much more potential. And I didn't realize it at that time. because it's the life it's the life you come into. It's what you can't blame it on, I'm not, as a man, I'm not blaming it on the life that I had and my surroundings and my family and everything, but it has everything to do with the life that you were born into. So the life I was born into did not allow me to have that. And although I attached myself to all athletes and sports and athletics and sports and my coaches as much as I could, my life that I was born into kind of pulled me into a different direction. So, but now that I'm older and it's my responsibility, and I have 100% dedication to my fitness program, my workout program. And I know that a consistent and disciplined workout program is absolutely vital for my body and your body continuing on for the longevity of your life. Here is 3 things that people don't realize. There's 2 that we always do when it comes to workouts. And the third one you'd be surprised about. And I think it's only been talked about on this one fitness channel that's really popular. And I forget the name of it. It's going to come to me in a second. But you have your concentric and your eccentric contraction, your contraction states of the muscle, right? You have your concentric, which is your flexion. You have your eccentric, which is your relaxation of the muscle. I'll do it like this: your relaxation of the muscle, and then you have your static. You have your static hold. Basically, is not moving eccentrically or concentrically. It's just static. And a static hold is actually another contracted state of the muscle, or it's another way of working the muscle. It's flexing and pumping the blood and so on and so forth, and stressing the fibers without movement. Your eccentric is movement, your concentric is movement, but your static is non-moving, but also a working. And those 3 contractive states, once the muscle goes through those 3 contractive states, you then can create and go and plateau beyond your certain level, your certain peak of strength. And a lot of people I don't see talk about that. And it's just weird. That's a kind of an old school knowledge, and I just don't see people talking about that a lot, is the static state of muscle fibers. So now you have those 3 things, and then you have your cardio, and you have your, and this is just all face value and beginners jabble talk about workout program or your fitness program. So if you have something more to say, you're more than welcome to comment in below. So you have those 3 contractive states, and then you have your cardio, and then you have your weights, right? Or your resistance. Now, this is not old news. We should know by now, we should be way past this, that women think that lifting weights is going to make them big, and you can tell that they're far, far way into the beginning of what reality of what workouts are when a woman says something like that. You can tell that they have no healthy diet or no workout program that is consistent or for a particular goal for themselves when a woman says, oh, lifting weights is going to make me big. Far from it. Far from it. I'll tell you, I lift heavy 90% of the time. I lift as heavy as I possibly can, and I cannot grow. And if a woman really does put in their heavy effort in the gym, they're not going to get big. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, guys that like myself would go into the gym and lift heavy all the time with the dreams and hopes of getting massively large muscles, everyone would be massive monsters walking around. It doesn't happen like that. So for someone to say that, you can tell they're way, way, way in the front or in the back line of the beginner phase of workouts and understanding anything about exercise at all. So that's not true. But what is true is that if you're consistent and disciplined about your workout program, even if you are going to be adding a little bit of weight or a lot of weight, if you're consistent at it over a period of time, the body goes through this adaptation phase. And the adaptation phase, what adaptation is, let me give you an example. If you put a soldier into the battlefield of war, that is just a regular person, a regular Joe, just like any who's grabbed this guy, John, throw him in the battle of war. Well, he's going to adapt to his environment. He's going to want to live. Fight or flight will start, and his normal old Joe attitude will churn into the killing warrior to survive. And that's adaptation. He's going to adapt to his environment. And so for yourself to be disciplined and consistent over a period of time in your physical fitness and your workout, although you think you're not gaining any ground, your body will adapt to its environment, and it will create hardness, denseness. You will lose fat. Your fat cells will not go away, and that's another myth, that they will burn off and disappear. If you created fat on you, you will forever have it. You can only dehydrate it. You can dehydrate it to the point where you can see muscle mass rather than fat mass. And you can dehydrate it and make it smaller and smaller over time. And you have to be consistent about that by hydrating with water and not glucose from alternative sugars and whatnot. So have a program in your mind when you walk into the gym. Let's say you're an absolute, we're going to finish off with these last few minutes here. Let's say you're an absolute novice. You're just a beginner. You have no idea what you're doing. You're walking to the gym. Just know that you should hit each and every body group, or you should hit a full body workout by doing very simple movements. And let me just throw 4 very simple movements out at you. You should do your push-ups, your squats, your sit-ups, and your crunches or sit-ups, right? And your cardio. So there's 4. You have your push-ups, squats, abs, cardio. Push-ups, squats, abs, cardio. So this is just for the beginner. And let's say you want to, once you finish that workout and you do maybe 3 to 4 rounds of your push-ups, squats, abs, and cardio, you want to stay with that number that you reached of your push-ups, the number that you reached with your squats, and that number that you reached with your abs, and that time of number that you reached with your cardio. And you want to keep that. And you want to increase it by 5 to 10% of what you, maybe 5% or 10% of what you did your last time. So let's say last time you did 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 crunches, and 10 minutes on the cardio. You want to increase that by maybe 12. And this is just for the beginner, right? And 12. And next time 12, 12, and 12, and then maybe 14, 14, and 14, and so on and so forth, and continuously going on. Because 1 or 2 extra is not going to kill you. So if it's not going to kill you, then why not do it? Why not be consistently increasing? So just as though the Food and Drug Administration got it wrong about consistent small little steps of consistently pushing society into atrophying diseases over time by telling us that it was 1 gram per pound of body weight, which is wrong. Now we know, and now the new studies came out in 2023, 2024, it's actually more. Just to recap of what I said earlier, why not add that extra 1 or 2 in each time? If it's not going to hurt you or kill you, why not do it? If you can't reach 10, start with 8. If you can't reach 8, start with 6. And the next time you move on to 8. and then 10, and then 12, and then 14, and 16, and one or two extra every time that you go back into there. But you have to be consistent and disciplined every time you go back in there. And do not sabotage your hard work that you put in by grabbing candies, sodas, and unhealthy snacks and foods. Stay away from those salad dressings. I personally want to tell you right now that every single salad dressing I thought was absolutely wonderful. I love drenching with salad dressing. And then over time I realized, wow, how bad salad dressing is actually for me. It's actually sabotaging this healthy meal. So I started using less. And now I eat just clean, very well cleaned and fresh greens, lettuce, cucumber, maybe a pepper, and maybe cabbage, and just freshly cleaned and fresh grown with absolutely no dressing whatsoever. And have you ever just enjoyed the freshness of just vegetables, just clean, pure, raw vegetables? You'll begin to train yourself and discipline yourself over time to enjoy the taste of it. And it tastes really, really good. Just natural earth food, just natural earth nutrients. And I share this with you because not that I want to share this and you should be like this. And I'm not trying to be that, hey, look at me and I want to share this with you and you should be like that. It's not like that. It's just sharing with you a piece of the information that you can take with you as a little gift. And maybe this can be incorporated into your life. And you can carry this on with your life to create longevity in your life, and joy and happiness and healthier habits in your life. And your workouts should be every day. You should have a workout every day. It's not about if you think overtraining, you're maybe working out the wrong way. There's really no wrong way to work out. If you're breaking a sweat and you're maybe lifting something or just breaking a sweat, you're doing okay. It's not here to tell you wrong and right. This is not a fancy YouTube channel with glitz and glamour to tell you wrong from right. I'm here to tell you that you're perfectly created. You're beautiful, you're strong, you're intelligent, you're absolutely the way you should be. You're perfectly created into this life. But we're meant as human beings, as gifts to this earth, we're meant to create longevity through physical activity. Move your body. Moving your body moves your mind. Stimulate your body, stimulates your mind. By stimulating your mind and consistently doing so, you're creating consistent and disciplined action with physical action. And by stimulating your mind, you're creating discipline and consistent thoughts of motivation and perseverance. And by consistently motivating perpetual positive thoughts in your mind, you can do this for your life. Consistent and positive perpetual thoughts. And by doing so, you will create immaculate results in your life by consistently and positively perpetuating, carving out these thoughts and creating a program for your morning routine, your diet throughout your day, your daily routine, your evening program, and consistent and positive perpetual thoughts will create immaculate results in your life. And that's what I want for you. And I don't know you. You don't know me. But I just want you to know that I love you. I love you with all my heart. And if I passed away today, at the very least, I can say that you're perfect. You're beautiful. You're loved. You're strong. You're needed on this earth. Whether you be man or woman, you're perfectly created. We need each other. We need to love each other. We need to come together in this world. Family is the prize. The attention is in your mind, and the thoughts are for you, and your thoughts should be protected and loved and cherished. Create beautiful, positive, and powerful thoughts for your life consistently, and they will produce immaculate results for your life. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for commenting. And if you watch this a little bit later, you're more than welcome to comment later. And I'll talk to you again soon. My name is Rocky. If you guys like this information, please don't forget to subscribe. And please share this on your social media. And take care. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.